In cases where we have a disempowering dialogue, in this case, in talking about this specific client, we're talking about weight loss me. In his world, weight loss me was weak, mindless, unfocused. And then we talk about strength based dialogue. This client had a different perception of work me. Work me was driven, disciplined, and a strategic thinker. Now, Coach Margaret Moore of Well Coaches uses distant self talk to distinguish a part of me. So, in this case, a part of me is driven, disciplined, and a strategic thinker. Part of me is weak, mindless, and unfocused. And then Ethan Kross, in his book, Chatter, talks about how to leverage this. Essentially, how do you say, how would work me approach this? In order for you to bring those particular characteristics to that place where you're struggling. If you can borrow the terms and the tools from your area of success, you're borrowing a sense of comfort, confidence, and competence. You can tap into the characteristics and use them as a roadmap to help you in an area where you're having trouble. Now, this is an example of a Kanban board that it's not the exact one I use with my client, but it shows you how we organize this. So we had project resources, where he got his recipes and his workouts and where he stored the things that he needed. We had questions for the next meeting because we were meeting weekly. We had the to-dos, the pendings, the blocked. It was all set up as a task. So there weren't always specific timelines associated with that task. We were looking at when we could mark the task completed. This is a sample burndown chart. And if he had seen these fluctuations, if it was a weight loss chart, that would have been associated with failure. When he looked at it from the perspective of a burndown chart, tasks that he was completing, he could feel empowered about catching up, doing more tasks in the following week. And he didn't have that same negative association as we worked through that duration. Within certain cards, we had checklists to help him decide what direction he was going next. And so that helped to break down things into even smaller pieces. And we set OKRs. Now, Harvard Business Review would say don't ever set OKRs if it's a personal goal. But in this case, again, we're looking at it from the focus of the terminology and how that brought him into work self. So this is the kind of thing that we would set to help him feel like he was in that successful work world. And then this is the mindset and our internal dialogue. This is essentially Carol Dweck's difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. I saved this for last because I look at my analytics. You guys would have bailed on this first if this was the first slide. Essentially, if you have a fixed mindset in one area of your life, and in this case, my client did, I suck at this was kind of his internal language about weight loss and health. And it's associated with neutral or less optimal outcomes, particularly when perceptions of competence are low. Now, in work, he had a growth mindset, and that was if I practice, I can improve. And that's associated with a wide range of positive cognitive, affective, and behavioral outcomes. So we borrowed that and brought it into the world of weight loss.